I am Rajkumar Pandit.
I am Rita Bhandary.
Today, we the student of KCMIT are going to interview Mrs. Rita Bhandary,
the president of FWEAN. Let's welcome her.
Oh, yes, to funny. Huh? Thank you very much.
We are from KCMIT college. We are having our Montaz published annual magazine. So, we just wanted to interview you.
Okay.
We have few questions. For beginning our questions, we would like to know about your childhood.
My childhood?
Yes.
Okay, that's a long, long way off. Well, it was quite nice, but then I did go to a good school. My parents were able to put me in St. Mary's, so I think that was a big help, even though it was very difficult for them. But they just thought that a good education is always very important in life, more than anything else. So that was what they really worked hard for. And they always put the value that you have to respect people. In our house, we were never allowed to say "po" to our servants also. My father would be very angry with that. He said, no, his work has to be valued. So from small, we are always told to value other people's work. And that's very important, because these days I see people don't want to respect elder people. And we've always been taught that that is important. And it's a culture also. So, well, it was nice, but then I got married very soon, right after school. So by the time my results were out, I was, let's say, married. Then for some years, of course, didn't do anything. Then sort of felt a little bit frustrated. I don't think I'm capable of anything, because my friends were all doing work and studying, and here I was not doing anything. So that was how it was.
What was your profession before you became the president of this FWEAN?
Not any profession, we are entrepreneurs ourselves. And to become a member of Women Entrepreneurs Association, we have to be an entrepreneur ourselves. We have to have a registered business in our own name, and we have to be running that company. So that's the criteria. So first, I did try a lot of businesses, and then finally I came to know about Women Entrepreneurs Association. That time we did not have a federation. So once I knew about it, one of our past presidents, she came to know me and she said, you have to join. So I joined it. And slowly from there, I came to know how it is to work in an organization, how you become. In an organization, it's not like somebody comes and tells you, do this, or somebody comes and gives you something in a plate. Okay, you can become a big person. But that was how I got into an organization. And from there, it's no looking back. Well, like I told you in the beginning, I got married soon. So for many years when I didn't do any work, didn't do anything, I was frustrated already. I don't think I'm capable of anything. That was what I would always tell my husband. And one day he just said, there's an institute, New Era, in Batisputali. I've enrolled you there, why don't you go and join? And then I said, how can I study after so many years? I can't do anything. I said, no, just go, it's your friend. In fact, she was very much a junior in our school. And she also said, I hope you don't feel uncomfortable working, studying here, because I'm your junior. And I said, no, that's not my issue, but my issue is that I may not be able to do anything. Because they were all students who had come from colleges, and they are always writing and everything they were doing, and I was maybe it was already 10-15 years I hadn't done anything. I was so scared. So first few weeks I said, God, I'm not going to do anything. Then as I attended the class and all, I said, I'm better than them. I can do more than that. Why was I scared? So I started doing, and I did very well. Then after that she asked me if I wanted to take up a job. In fact, she had some lined up. And then I said, no, I don't want to take up a job, because I have to start from the bottom, and I do not want to start from there, and I think I'm capable of giving jobs, not taking jobs. So that's how I started with entrepreneurship.
Now you are president of FWEAN. What kind of obstacles do you find in this your profession, in this your life, being a president?
There are opportunities and difficulties everywhere, whether you are a president or not. In your business, in your studies, everything. There's always an opportunity and challenges. But if you take challenge as that's an opportunity, then you can do it. Like when I said, taking up this position, nobody said you become a president. It's how much you perform, how much you take interest when you do things. That's when people recognize your capacity, and then they are willing to support you. So I think there are difficulties because we are a growing organization and there are lots of challenges, but we are doing quite good.
What is the status of female entrepreneurs in Nepal?
In my view, if you say, I think most nowadays, I think women should become entrepreneurs. And in fact, young generation, I see so much capacity, so much knowledge they have. Because in our time, we didn't have all this internet or anything like that. We did our business just by attempting anything, so many failures, so many times you fall down, you get up, you start. It's not a thing like you fall, but you have to learn to stand up again. That's the most important thing. And I see a very bright future for especially women entrepreneurs. Because now a few years back also, when we talked about entrepreneurship, economic empowerment of women, the government would also not listen to us. They only talked about social empowerment of women. But we used to always say social and economic has to go hand in hand. Otherwise it's not possible. And the last few years, 4-5 years now, the donors as well as the government are all beginning to focus on the economic. So it's a huge opportunity for women, especially women, of course.
What this organization is especially performing for the attraction of young female entrepreneurs?
We don't just focus on young as such, but we focus on any woman, whether she's young or old, that if she wants to become an entrepreneur, then we give her help in like what is new business, maybe taking part in those sort of forums. You come to know, okay, being an entrepreneur is so and so. Then again, entrepreneurship trainings, all these kind of things, and even help them to register their business. And unless you are registered, you cannot get loan, all these things. Because loan is a big problem for lots of people. There is opportunity.
Now, next question. What is your
You all seem to have
expectation?
too many questions.
Yeah. What is your expectation from the government for women participation in entrepreneurship?
We've been telling the government that you have to focus on women because, like, if you look, there are more men going out in the to foreign lands. Of course, women are also going, but if they go with skills, if they have knowledge, then it will be better for them. But even staying in your own country, you can do a lot of things. So we've been telling the government you should learn to focus on women entrepreneurship, and the government is finally working towards it. They are very positive anyway these days.
Under your vision, FWEAN organized first trade fair for female entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, and you have been doing a lot for women entrepreneurs. Would you like to share your experiences as a president of this organization?
Well, it has not been easy. There have been many challenges, like I said. But yes, we did organize, we used to do small trade fairs, but this time we did a bigger one. We could have done much more, but because of this earthquake and then the blockade and all, it was a little bit difficult. But next one we are hoping to make it even better. And we are hoping that lots of younger people will also join in, because we wanted people in IT and we didn't find them. There were just one or two, but later we didn't even have space, so we had to like sort of hold on. So new ideas, new people should come in, and we'll give preference to younger people also. As to our experience, like, we have had to lobby with the government on lots of issues. We've been doing that for a couple of years, and like the Entrepreneurship Development Fund was also one result of it, because we said women need finance. So the government has established that. Then again, we are also talking that it's difficult to market products for women. So a place has been identified, and hopefully in a few years we'll get it. So these are the opportunities that are coming, but challenges are there always, because everybody wants everything free, and things don't happen free in this world.
One personal question. You are such a busy person. How do you manage time for your family?
For me now, in the beginning it was difficult, but now it's not so difficult, as my children have all grown up already and I don't have to look after them. But then there are lots of social issues like family programs and things like that. I have a husband who's very understanding, so sometimes when I have difficulty, he helps out in those sort of things. So I have been lucky in that field, that I'm able to manage. And then again, in my business also I have partners, so they also look after a lot of things when I cannot go to the, in fact these days I've not been able to go to the office for a long time.
What are the future plan of this organization for the upliftment of female entrepreneurs?
What we have been doing is like we create WEAN chapters, women entrepreneur chapters in all districts, and now we just have 30, but we hope to cover all 5 districts of Nepal. So that is one of the aims. When we say we create those women entrepreneurs organization in the district, they themselves will be looking after their district. That way they should be more empowered. And sitting in Kathmandu and trying to do work in district is difficult. But if they belong to that district, we hope that they will really support their district and come up with new programs. So there are programs like training programs, entrepreneurship, capacity building, organizational strengthening. All these programs have to be given. So that will include women all.
What kind of suggestion would you like to give the students, especially young female students, who thinks of being entrepreneur?
I'd be most happy if young students would become entrepreneurs, because I see most of them just want to take up jobs, especially in bank. They think that's the biggest thing. But if you are willing to take up challenges, you are willing to give something to the country. Most of the students, I think, in good colleges have that capacity where they don't need to earn so much as give a job to others. So if they can concentrate on that, they will begin to earn also.
From flower business up till now, you are the president of FWEAN, and you may have seen highs and lows. And what does life mean to you?
Highs and lows are there in everybody's life. But I think on the whole, life has been good, and you should always look at things in a positive way. Unless you go through failure, you never learn what success means. So I think that's the biggest thing. Everybody should be prepared. Don't expect results immediately, because many times you may fall, but you can get up, and that will be the biggest help.
Anything to share with us which we have not asked?
I think you have asked so many questions. I don't know if there's anything, but I think especially for young people, I would suggest that you all be prepared to take up challenges. Now it's a globalized world. Don't just think of going abroad. Just don't think of taking up cushy job. Yes, job is necessary, but then if possible, become entrepreneurs, take up challenges. You not only help yourself, you will be helping other people also who are in need. So try to take up challenges. Don't go for comfortable and pushy things in life. If you take up challenges, you always will come up again.
Thank you, ma'am, for your such a valuable time.
Okay, that was a huge question.